I threw a frog into the pool earlier, and he is in there somewhere, probably down at the bottom, hiding. He'll likely resurface here in a little bit, make his way out. Yep, that's how I wanted to spend my morning. Have my coffee, and there he comes. There he comes. Have my coffee and do it this way. Sometimes I walk. I just didn't feel like it this morning. What could we talk about this morning? Is anybody an avid dreamer? I have been all of my life. And for me personally, I look forward to it because it's an alternate reality to what I experienced during the waking hours. And that reality is just routine. You know, get up, motivate yourself to get out of bed, that is. Have some coffee, figure out how you're going to go about your day. Either you're going to motivate yourself to go into some job and deal with that, or you're going to come up with a plan to make money to pay bills, right? I mean, that's life for most people. And even for the rich, they have to figure out how they're going to manage their money so they don't lose it, so that they can live routine lives, right? I mean, now the rich might have some advantages that the others don't, might be able to go some places, experience some things that ordinary people may not get to. But there's an awful lot of rich people who are not happy. So money isn't everything. But the dream world, that offers something different. I mean, last night I had multiple dreams. I don't know how many. And they usually occur anywhere from after midnight going forward. I don't usually dream when I first fall asleep, not for the first few hours. Not that I think I do. I mean, I think most of them occur after midnight and into the morning right before I wake up. And some of them are just absolutely fantastic, like really strange, but and there are some people that I know in them, some people I don't know in them, never seen before in my life. Sometimes I see people who are deceased and interact with them. Those are really strange. Here comes Frogger. Oh, Frogger, I see you. And where'd you go? Where was I at? Yes, and see even deceased people. It's really weird. I mean, just strange. One of these dreams last night, I was in like some sort of a park, like when it had some recreational equipment, even some weights and some stuff you might see in a gym, but it was all outside. And so I grabbed a barbell and I went down to kind of a secluded section of this park-like place, and I put on this music, that I was working out to. But and typically I will work out to music. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I like synthwave, sax music, stuff like that. I don't like generally worded music anymore. I mean, sometimes I do. It just depends. I like non-verbal music, I suppose, because I can just get into my own thoughts and stuff. But anyway, in this dream, I was listening to something like that, but it was something I've never heard before in my life. And it was absolutely astonishingly awesome. Like, and I can still remember parts of it. Like, the best sort of synthwave, saxophone, that sort of type, jazz fusion, whatever. And it was just awesome. There's that frog. What you doing, Frogger? I see ya. Yeah. It's just weird. And I'm not a musician. And I don't know how to compose music or even think up stuff like that, but there it was. I mean, what the heck? Where'd that come from? And I've had other dreams like that. Let's get past the train that has to blow its horn 15 times. Where was I at with this music? I've had other dreams like that where something is just astonishing in how good it is. Yet I've never heard it in my life. I'm telling you, if I were to be able to somehow put this out on the internet, what I had listened to in that dream, I'd be rich. Because people would be like, oh my gosh, it's just like, it's candy to the ears. But I can't, I don't know how to do that. I mean, I've got bits of it in my mind, and I've even heard that some famous artists have heard things in their dreams, and that's where they got the idea. Man, I wished I could play the saxophone like Kenny G or something, man. That'd be where it'd be. I would want to just go entertain people, like go into nightclubs and playing venues like that, and just let people just cut loose, man. Just play the best stuff and let people have a good time, cut loose, get outside of themselves. I mean, if I could. And I guess, they say, well, if you don't try, you'll never succeed. Well, I don't have time to go spend $5,000 on a saxophone, although I did play when I was younger. I just am probably awfully rusty. And I'm not going to become Kenny G overnight. And it won't be worthy of playing for anybody in a nightclub. They'd be like, what the hell is this dude? This guy's kind of screechy or something. But anyway, I mean, it's weird though. And so oftentimes I get so perturbed by, like I say, the waking life, the routine of it, the same stuff over and over and over, all of those things. I had a job recently, and I've stated this before, that I would go into this job and the people were just as superficial and artificial as they come. Usually same conversations over and over and over, whatever those conversations were. It's about nothingness. Of course, some of it's about job related things. Obviously, you're at a workplace. but there was just never any depth to any of it. I mean, I suppose that's kind of how workplaces are, and that's how they've always been. But just the lack of depth in people is astonishing to me, and I don't know how. I'm kind of going away from the dream thing here. Maybe I'll come back to it. I don't know. Man, there's a lot of trains this morning. But just the lack of depth and lack of substance. I got to where I was just getting irritated. Just irritated when people would even open their mouths. You know? Just irritated. Now, going back to the dream world, I'm never irritated. Either I'm astonished or I am confused or absolutely bewildered or something. I mean, there's so many things going on in some of these dreams that it really stimulates my mind, I guess, my mind in my dream. I mean, does that make any sense? I mean, maybe some neuroscientists can shed some light, but I don't think they know shit either, honestly. Where this stuff comes from. Oh, it comes from chemicals, these mixtures of chemicals in your brain. Yeah, all right. These mixtures of chemicals. And maybe that's true, I don't know. I really don't know. But it always kind of makes me a little upset, maybe a little sad that I'm out of that reality. Sometimes I don't want to stay in that reality. It's too chaotic. I've had dreams where, let's say I'm at an airport. I don't know why I have airport dreams, but I'll be at an airport and I cannot find the terminal I need to be at. I know I need to get to the plane, but I can't find it. And every obstacle in the way keeps happening. And like, my luggage will just fall open and shit will go everywhere, and I'm trying to get it back into the suitcase, and then I can't find the ticket counter, and then I go to, use my phone and none of the apps work. Total chaos, man. And I think that's, that could be related to anxiety perhaps in my life. I don't know. I need to maybe look into doing dream analysis. My background is a therapist, so I mean, it is possible for me to at least do that. I can't play the saxophone. Dolores Cannon used to do past life regression therapy. I don't think I'll try that. I would conjure up something I probably didn't want. Something like the eyes of Laura Mars or something. Somebody'd go crazy. Remember that show, The Eyes of Laura Mars, or something like that? And some of these shows back in the day, I'm gonna have to go back and revisit some of those shows. I think it was that one that had to do with what do you call it? Reincarnation. Freaky stuff. The Eyes of Laura Mars. Yeah, there were some creepy shows back in the day. Now the shows are, are just like fucking demonic, like Other Mommy, like just designed to try to scare the bejesus out of people who are scared of the paranormal, which I'm not. A lot of people don't like shows like that are about the paranormal. It scares them. Now they can watch gore all day long, like, you know, somebody going after or torturing people and going, you know, stuff like that, you know. Hostel, or what's that other show back in the day? The You Want to Play a Little Game? Saw, you know, they enjoy that kind of stuff, which is kind of sick, really. I I watched some of those shows, but I didn't really like. They weren't my favorite. And paranormal shows, I mean, it's not like I'm gonna go purposefully sit there and watch that. There was a Insidious, that's out at the theater. I won't go see it. I just like, I don't know. I did go to see the Odyssey. That was interesting, I guess. It was okay. Actually, it was pretty good. I mean, as far as shows go, it was 3 hours of distraction. Not bad. Um, I typically don't go to shows. I mean, my dreams are like shows enough. I'm telling you. If I were to be able to somehow somebody hook me up, hook my brain up where you could put my dreams in a cinema with the loudspeakers and everything, either you would be horrified, like you would never ever set foot in a theater again because that is just too damn strange, or else you would be fascinated and go back. It just depends. Some of mine are. They're just bizarre. I've had ones where I'm like running from something. I mean running. I mean I'll be in this building and this thing is out there and I don't know if it's a spirit. It doesn't have a form, but it's out there. And we're trying to get away from it. It'll be like, oh, it's on the 9th floor and we've got to take the elevator and get to the 2nd floor and get off there and take the stair. It was just chaos the whole time, and never, maybe eventually get away, get out of the building and then wake up. Yeah, man, that would be a good one. That would be a really good one for maybe I shouldn't reveal my dreams. Some Hollywood producer would be like, hey, we've got a new concept and we don't have to make, Saw 17 or whatever. We actually have a new concept. We don't have to recreate the same show 78 times because we actually have, or 72, that's the number, right? We don't have to recreate the show 72 times. You know what's weird? As I was mentioning in a video the other day, or it was yesterday actually, and I was on this other channel who was doing a live, and we were talking about 72, and I don't know, we just got on the topic of religion and that sort of thing. Well, anyway, I threw out the notion of the 72 vaccines that kids probably get today as opposed to what we got back in the day. I don't know why I picked that number. And so, it was just kind of something funny to laugh at. But then somebody Googled it, and it turns out it was true. I mean, that's the total amount of vaccines at the current time that kids are receiving. I guess 72 does have some sort of significance, or it's just some sort of weird synchronicity that, I don't know. But anyway, then the person who was hosting the show commented on my video yesterday and said, 72 high fives. And then I looked at my number of subscribers, at least as of yesterday, and you know what the number was? Number of subscribers I have. Well, you guessed it, 72. Now let's just, that's weird. Synchronicities. Do they mean anything? Or is it just all in your head? I don't know. I like to think that it lets me know that I'm on the right path. And even Carl Jung, I believe, proposed that notion that synchronicities, even it could be something simple as a butterfly that lands on your shoulder, or, some shit like that. Um, that actually do have some sort of meaning, and it's like perhaps the universe trying to impart some sort of a message or something, like that. I don't know. I mean, I don't get too heavily into it, but it is weird. I mean, and I've had instances like that before. I remember I used to park at this building. I worked at a building for 20 years, parking in. I had a spot that was assigned to me, and of course, my name sums up to 47 in gematria. All of my family, in other words, well, not all of them, but the men, like my grandfather, my father, they were all Masons. They were all Freemasons. And they were, into the lodge and all that business. I never did that. And I think my grandfather was a 32nd degree Mason. I think my father was, my grandfather was. I think my grandmother was a member of Eastern Star, which is, I guess, for the women. I'm not really for sure. I mean, but I have pictures, and I used to have my dad's Masonic ring, and I managed to lose it like a dummy. And but anyway, they were all into that. Well, for the longest time, I had been going into work because I had a parking spot. We had like 5 parking spots. I worked for myself. I had an office in this building, and the parking garage, had all had 4 or 5 floors of parking spaces. And for the longest time, I never even realized that my parking spot was, guess what? Number 322, the 322. And when I finally realized that, I was like, what? But see, I was not really paying attention to it. And I've had other things like that happen. In fact, many things that I just forget about. I mean, what are the odds? Isn't that the Skull and Bones, the 322? And my name sums in gematria to 47, which maybe was intentional. Maybe my dad did that on purpose. I have no freaking idea. He died when I was young, so I can't ask him. Those people are gone now. I mean, nobody knows. It's the mysteries of life. The mysteries, like Bill Cooper used to say, it's the mystery religion. The mysteries. Hi, Frogger. Well, anyway, that's about enough of this silly ass talk. I mean, it's just things I think about. Weird stuff, man. I gotta go figure out how to go about my day, motivate myself, because in this realm, you gotta make money. You have to make money. It's all about the currency. It's all about that. So, it's what we're stuck doing. And then, occasionally I can have some free time to have a free fucking thought. But anyway, I'm out.